So, hi, this is Cian Toomey again, checking in now for week 12 of Money in Banking. So, we're at the final stages of the semester, and I know today obviously is the deadline for the term essay, so in case anybody's still working on that, you have until midnight officially, but unofficially you can continue through until tomorrow morning if you have just the final touches to put to that. So, again, you'll have seen last week that we handed out the end of semester assessment. So this year obviously things are a little bit different, and you have effectively a number of weeks to complete that end of semester assessment, specifically in this case the 20th of January. So you'll have seen that there are 3 questions you have to cover. The first one is on ECB monetary policy, which we've looked at. The second one is on Bitcoin, and the third one is on central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs. So last week we touched on Bitcoin. Clearly there's a lot more we could look at when it comes to cryptocurrencies. So tomorrow I'm just going to spend a bit of the class looking at some of the other ones, specifically Ethereum and Ripple, and maybe a little bit about Tether as well, and talking a little bit more about how I suppose money is evolving in the digital space. And with that in mind, we're going to spend a little bit of time as well talking about the blockchain, particularly when it links to Ethereum. And then we're going to try and move that on to the final topic. So as we're going to see, there's a very strong link between that particular issue of blockchain and digital currencies with the final topic, which is central bank digital currencies. So I'm going to make a prediction now that, let's say, maybe 3 years, 4 years, all of us are going to be going around with a mobile phone with an app which will have basically a central bank wallet. So in the way at the moment that, for example, you all have a Revolut app or a Bank of Ireland app, or even indeed some of you might have a Bitcoin wallet, you're going to have a central bank wallet as well. And that would be basically a central bank digital currency. So this is not something that's likely to happen in 10 years' time. In fact, there's a strong possibility it could even happen in the next 18 months in the Eurozone. Why do I say that? Well, China has already launched a version of the digital yuan, and Sweden, as we're going to see, is now talking about going completely digital as well. So as we've seen in class, this is very strongly linked, of course, to the end of cash in Sweden, but they're now talking about basically an e-krona, and that could be launched again in 2021. So these things are happening very fast, so we need to talk about that and explain how central bank digital currency might work. Again, there are a couple of options with central bank digital currencies. As we're going to see, wholesale or retail are the 2 basic kind of types of this. And what this is really relating to is something that the BIS, Bank for International Settlements, have called a money flower. So we're going to talk a little about that today. And I suppose one of the things that you should get by the end of this week is that what we call money, or what we understand as money, has evolved dramatically really in the last decade. I suppose it started obviously with the advent of the internet in terms of just obviously the ability basically to make digital payments, and then we've seen obviously the likes of cryptocurrencies, and now the next iteration effectively will be central bank digital currencies. So that's really what we're going to look at this week. So I suppose effectively what we're going to do then is a quick overview, therefore, as I said, of other cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and then we're going to link that to the last topic this week. And then finally on Thursday we'll just have a session at the end to take any questions you might have on the assessment. So that's all for today. I suppose it's worth mentioning as well, finally, that the term essay again should be useful, I would say, in some of the questions as well for the end of semester assignment, because again some of the issues obviously overlap. So I'm not going to suggest to anybody that they should forget what they've been learning for the term essay, that some of that indeed could be applied to some of the end of semester assessments. So thanks very much, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.